Welcome viewers to the United States and abroad. I am Jarrett Pletty, and you're watching Hsn-World War I Edition. And for legal reasons, the Home Shopping Network is not responsible for any war crimes, crimes against humanity, or crimes that violate the Geneva Convention with these weapons. So our first item on the list is gas. I'm sorry, we can't call it gas because of legal reasons. Accessories. So the first accessory we have is mustard gas. Mustard gas is some nasty stuff. Gas masks won't protect from it. It'll leave blisters on your skin, you could go blind, and they could ultimately kill you. So a 12-pack of accessory we have is going to go around $15,000. You can't buy it separately, you only do a 12-pack, you have to pay up front $15,000 for legal reasons. And nowadays, not many people use gas because of how horrible it is. Except for Syria, they did that to their own people. But in 50 years, I could see gas being ultimately taken away from all countries' arsenals, even including dictatorships. Our second item we have on for today is the flamethrower. The Germans used them in the early parts of World War I, and the concept of a flamethrower has been around since 5th century BC. The whole concept of a flamethrower is to spew burning hot fuel at infantry soldiers, and that's very terrifying. If you didn't know, the Germans or any forces in the world had a smaller version, which only needed one man. Could shoot about 15 yards, 19 yards, but they had a larger model, which had a team, could use about 8 guys, and that could spew about 50 yards of just flame. And if you like to buy one, we have $25,000 up front, or we have a monthly installment of $100 for 96 months if you want to do that. And nowadays, you don't really. Nowadays you got napalm, which is also an incendiary weapon, incendiary grenades, and thermite, which is also really flammable things. 50 years from now, I can see that we probably have more types of incendiary weapons, and flamethrowers will be completely obsolete. They're still obsolete nowadays. So our third item we have today is the tank. The idea of the tank came from the development of tracked farming vehicles using caliber tracks. And in 1915, the Land Ship Committee was established, and heading it was Winston Churchill. The tank that they're starting out to make had to drive 4 miles per hour at least, climb a 5-foot parapet, cross a 8-foot gap, fight in reverse. And the tank they made was the M1, the Mark I, Big Willie. And the Big Willie came in 2 versions. They had the male and female. The male has 2 cannons. The female had machine guns instead of cannons. We also have the AV7 Sturmpanzerwagen, the Germans, which had a crew of 18. Takes a lot of resources compared to the British 8. So each one will cost you about $1 million for upfront, or a $100 as monthly installment for 25,000 months. And nowadays we have Abrams, Leopards, Bradleys, just tanks that go 50 miles per hour and just can blow these bad dudes out of the water. 50 years now, who knows? They could be driven by drones, unmanned tanks, and just massive tanks with just no people in them. So the next item on our list is the machine gun. And the machine gun being unveiled to the world in 1884 by Aaron Maxim. The machine gun in the early parts of the war would have a crew of 4 and could put down 400 to 600 rounds per minute downrange. They would completely mow down unexpected infantry assaults in trenches. The British would use the Vickers, and the Germans would use the Maxim. Later down the line, they developed LMGs, or light machine guns. And examples of those were the British Lewis gun, the American BAR, and they would only need a crew of 2, or maybe even just 1 guy to operate. What we have today is the Maxim, and that costs about $6,000 up front, or we can pay a monthly installment at $600 for 10 months. And nowadays we have, the M16, which is more of an assault rifle, but it still shoots on full auto, a 50 cal machine gun, and a smaller Uzi, which is a very small pistol machine gun. In about 50 years, I see machine guns being completely more advanced, putting a lot more rounds down range, and just being a lot more deadly or more powerful than they are nowadays. Final item on the list is the airplane. The airplane would be invented by the Ohio-born Wright brothers in 1903. The first job of the airplane would be used for reconnaissance, which means they would go above the skies and, look for troop movements and where they'd be fortified and stuff like that. As the war progressed, airplanes were used for bombing any positions or supply lines or artillery positions, anything. But they needed a way to shoot down other planes. And that came when Anton Fokker created the interrupter that would sync the machine gun with the propeller so they could shoot down other planes. The British would use the Bristol Type 22, and the Germans would use the Fokker Eindecker. And a lot of these planes, here we got one of the more famous ones, the plane that the Red Baron flew, or Manfred von Richthofen. And right here we have, like I said, the Red Baron's plane, and this probably would go $16,000 up front, or a monthly installment of $259.99 for about 200,000 months. Nowadays, we have the F-16 fighter jets, we have fighter jets, we have the big jumbo planes, passenger planes, and we have smaller Cessnas, power planes. In about 50 years, I can see planes, like airplanes in general, just having no pilots and being flown by drones. Hello, welcome back folks from the commercial break. I'm Jared Play, if you haven't been watching, and I've heard that we're having amazing success with our new flamethrower, and we have a caller from Ohio, Jeff from Ohio? Okay, Jeff from Ohio, you're on the line.
Hi Jared, how are you?
I'm doing really nice, how are you doing?
I'm doing goodly.
Goodly. Okay, I heard you bought the new flamethrower, and
yes.
What model did you buy?
I bought the large model.
Larger model? Okay, how's it been going for you?
It's very accurate and had a lot of success with it. And I decided to show you a picture.
Oh, picture, wow. Let me see this picture. Oh wow, that's you. Okay.
It's a lot of fun, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So, thank you for calling in and sharing your picture with us.
Thanks for talking with me. Go Browns!
Okay, we got a Browns fan for us. Thank you for viewing the Hsn-World War I Edition. Remember to buy any of these items you'd like online or call 1-800-8675-309.